Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 24th, 2024 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. I like this. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Okay, this is a lot. So let's just take a moment. Get everything all set up. Okay. So it's all about patience during this full moon. Now, this full moon is in Virgo. It is the smallest full moon of the year, and it is also known as the snow moon. So it's very interesting that one of the only snowy cards here, the Five of Wands, has the Five of Swords. No, the Five of Pentacles. There we go. I'll get there. Has come through, and with the Five of Pentacles reversed, we're coming out of a poverty mentality. We're also really addressing a lot of heartbreak, pain, disappointment, hurt, and fear that we have been going through. And we are walking away from something that we once thought we would love, but it's like there's an ending. There's a very powerful ending that has come forward during this time here. Yeah. Here, Sagittarius, and we've just come to the realization of it. It's not about going outward, it's about stepping inward. And the Ten of Pentacles reverse can mean that we're having a bit of difficulty with money, or that there's just a sense of coming to a completion of a cycle when it comes to finances. You might not be where it is that you want to be, but you are definitely doing a total rehaul of things, and you're finding yourself needing to be patient because you are coming out of this at the other end a lot better than you can imagine right now. It might not be better than you were before because this is a general reading. So for some, it's like, yeah, there's just a sense of stepping into more what really matters, what's really powerful for us, what's really important to us, and a lot of realizations and understandings are coming forward, and it's like, oh, that's where I need to be. Oh, that's what I need. And we wouldn't have seen it if we didn't go through this bit of difficulty. With the Emperor reversed, this is Aries energy. Now, we can be a little bit more combative. So if we have Aries in our chart, if we have Aries in our life, we can find that it's a little bit more of an argumentative energy coming forward. The fire comes out first and foremost. And there's almost a sense of might equals right that we're going to be looking at during this time emotionally or spiritually and being like, that's not right. With the King of Swords reversed, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we're born, yeah, if we're born with air sign energy in our chart, that's going to be coming through a little bit problematically as well. We can be hypercritical of ourselves. Be aware of this. This is also just part of this moon during this time, this full moon in Virgo. Everybody can be hypercritical of themselves, really intensely focusing on what we haven't been able to do, where we've failed, where we think we failed, where things haven't gone the way that we thought they should. And Spirit is saying here, stop it, stop it, stop it. Because just because we have setbacks does not mean this is where we're going to be forever and ever. This moon is showing us and helping us to release so much of what we don't want anymore. And we're going to see ourselves stepping into a new journey, into a new sense of self and a more powerful sense of self. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everyone. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is prosperity reversed, and that's what it feels like. It feels like, the struggle is real, and it has been overwhelming for us. And it's also knowing that we're not the only ones in this boat, right? But it's also looking at things in our environment, in our world, that makes us feel less prosperous, or foods that we eat that make us feel sad or overwhelmed. So just being mindful during this time that we need to really nourish ourselves and take care of ourselves and be kind to ourselves. That's going to be one of the things that's an absolute game changer. Spirit isn't saying that we are not prosperous. All right. Spirit is saying that we do not feel prosperous. And it is time, and I can see that in the cards, that we're claiming it back, that we're stepping out of darkness or fear or doubt and into a real sense of, but this is me, and this is where I need to be. And here, with our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Well, okay, this one, spirit's like, no, this one, it's balance. And it's the root chakra, to be in balance with ourselves, to be in harmony with ourselves, to find that balance, to nurture that balance is going to be a really big thing. So here we are stepping into, with the root chakra, we're stepping into our roots, we're stepping into our harmony of being, our harmony of soul, the sense of, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I need. And we're finding balance within ourselves. We're also going to see things that negatively impact us, and it's going to be like, oh wow, I never saw it that way before, or I never thought of it like that. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Two of Pentacles. We're juggling too much, we're putting way too much on our plate, and we're spreading ourselves too thin. Be mindful about this, because we're going to think, oh, this is the way I succeed, this is the way I achieve. It's just putting more and more and more on our plate. This is the way we burn out, and this is the way we feel overwhelmed, and this is the way that, lethargic, lethargy, that's the word, sets in. And it's like we can't do anything. It's, because we're overburdened and we're overwhelmed. And Spirit's saying, be mindful about this. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is a time for patience. Even though Spirit has said all this stuff and it might feel negative, it's not. It's not. It's like, it's a time to be patient. It's a time to look at the fruit that is ripening on your vine, at the way that you need to move forward for you. And it brings us to this place where we're stepping out of a poverty mentality, a sense of like, why even try? It's all going to fail. It's not. It's not. There are hardships, there are pains, there are disappointments that we've all been throughout many different phases in our lives. And this is not a time to give up. It's not. This is a time where we see the heartbreak and we see the pain, and we might be a little bit more aware of it than we were at other times, but we call it out. And we say, you do not get to be the monster in the closet that rules my life. You just don't. And with the Five of Pentacles reversed, there is a release of a poverty mentality that you might have been raised with. You might have had, passed down as a generational curse type of energy, or part of your life lesson is to come out of this poverty of being and stepping into your worth and seeing your worth of self. And so during this time, that's going to be what moves us forward. It's this real sense of, I am not the limitations that I thought I was. I am not defined by this. And for so often we were telling ourselves a story that said, you can't do it. You're already starting, behind the line, way far back. And that might be true, but that doesn't mean we can't win. So during this time, there's a real sense of, oh yeah, I can, and watch me. That's the energy that's coming forward. And you're also walking away from something like it just doesn't fit anymore. It's not you. It hasn't been you for a really long time. And there's this real knowledge and understanding that's coming in where there's a sense of, well, how do I need to move forward for me? And where is it that I need to be? And what is it that I'm walking away from that just isn't right? It's not right for me. I don't want it. I don't like it. It's not me anymore. We're walking away from what we once thought we would love. And it's one of the best things that we do for ourselves. It's an ending. It can be an ending of a thought process. It could be an ending of, certain emotions or certain ideas. It can be an ending of a relationship or a job. Whatever it is, we're walking away and we're setting ourselves free. And it brings us here to, we're not looking at the outside world. We're just not. It's time to look inward. And it's time to see the beautiful expanse that is inward. With the Two of Wands reversed, it's certain doors are going to close, and we're going to feel that. We're going to feel a door closing in our face, or hear like the slamming of a door. And we think, oh no, but it's actually really good. We're going to see ourselves moving forward in a way that we hadn't imagined, because that obstacle was put in our path. Now, is this going to be an instant windfall type of time? Unfortunately, no, but that's okay. It's just one full moon on the 24th in Virgo. That's like, okay, let's straighten all this out, which is very Virgo energy. It's like, well, you need it all spiff and span, absolutely spiffy before we can move forward. And that's going to be the sense of this. We're coming to a completion of a cycle with our finances, or with money, or what we value as much as money, that might be a bit of a harder pill to swallow, or it's not what we had thought it was going to be, stop being your harshest critic, because you're dulling your own light. You are. And this is going to be a time here, Sagittarius, where it's like, no, I'm not doing this. I know my rising is in Sagittarius, and I feel this is so true, where there's so much blessings, there's so many prosperities, and yet we're thinking, oh no, I can't do it. Can't, just failed. Like, so sorry. Must go cry. And it's like, no, it's not. It's not. And here, our instinctual reaction, or the instinctual reaction of people around us, is going to be, okay, let's fight. And it's like, no, 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 let's not fight. It's not going out and having fights. It is centering ourselves and stepping into the sacred masculine role, or the quote unquote patriarchal role that we need to step into. And it doesn't matter our gender or how we identify ourselves. It matters that we're taking the reins of our life and saying, this is what I'm doing. Because before, we were just getting angry, and that doesn't help anything or anyone. You know, if you've ever been in a situation where somebody just starts yelling, it's like, okay, you just stop listening. So here, we're taking the reins. We're looking at things. We're saying, okay, you know, might have gone pear-shaped here or there. Get it, see it. And I'm getting out of my own headspace, stopping the negative, intrusive thoughts that are coming in, and also taking the earbuds out of our ears and starting to be in the real world more and more and more. That's going to be really, really, really important. The king of air is the king of the now, you know, the present, what it fills your lungs and guides you forward. And that's important. And so that's the king of swords, is that energy moving us, connecting with our voice, connecting with our throat chakra. You know, we have our root chakra coming through so powerfully, but we can also be really doubting the balance of ourselves. We can feel very out of balance because there is such a big shift that's going on. And it's in the way that we perceive ourselves, the way that we want to move forward, the way that we need to move forward. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I'm discovering me anew. I'm seeing me in a completely different way. And that's what we're going to be saying, Sagittarius, time and time again. Like, wow, I never saw me doing this before. I never saw me like that. And it's a cool thing. It's a really cool thing. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So I'm pretty sure this fell out like this, right? And I just turned it up. Yeah. So there we go. It goes like that. And let's see what else the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. So we have here growth. Do we feel like we have grown? No, we don't. We can feel stuck and overwhelmed. And this is the full moon in Virgo, which says you are good enough. And this is what we're going through, right? This is our Virgo full moon. And we don't think we're good enough. We're questioning a lot about ourselves, but we're by feeling challenged or feeling a little bit of doubt, we're going to be digging our heels in our stubborn Sagittarius way and saying, I am enough. And I am growing and I am expanding and I'm sorry if you can hear the dog barking in the background. And I am moving me forward. And there's a patience that is needed during this time. It's like, it's not all going to happen at once. It's not all going to happen the way that you envisioned it, but it is going to be beautiful. And it leads us here to surrender to the divine and focus on our third eye, on the visions that we have, on the instincts that are moving us forward. And it's not about the hardships and the pains that we have been through, the time where, you know, or the times when everything is so tight or so much of a struggle. It's about surrendering to the here and now and focusing ourselves on our talents and what we need and saying, okay, what's important? Okay, how do I move forward? And it's taking things step by step and not overwhelming ourselves. We're going to want to do everything at once. And it's like, no, I need it step by step by step. And this says, don't let your past hold you back. We're being held back by our past. We're not seeing ourselves as the resilient people that we are. And we're thinking, no, I just can't. And Spirit's like, oh, no, you can. Our heartbreaks and our pains and our disappointments, they were there, but they've defined us for too long. And that's not where we're heading anymore. Expect powerful change. We don't feel protected. We kind of feel like as we embrace this change, we're free falling, we're just jumping into it. We are protected. We are more protected than we know. And that is a beautiful thing. That is an absolutely beautiful thing. And it brings us then to your dreams need a practical plan. We need to be practical. Doors have closed. All right. Things haven't turned out as we had expected, or we hadn't thought that things would go this way or that way. This is a time where our dreams need a practical plan, ground ourselves, and then our sovereignty comes forward. We are embracing our individual sovereignty, our power, our distinction, what makes us stand out. We are seeing ourselves. We are claiming ourselves. We are falling in love with ourselves again. Our prosperity leads us forward, but we need a practical plan. We need to have like a little bit of a blueprint set out. Not too much. I know we can be over organizers, not too much of a plan, but just enough to be like, okay, let's go forward. Balance your spirituality and practicality. That's reversed. We're not taking enough time for our spiritual self. So our practical self, yeah, we're like, okay, that makes sense. But our spiritual self, it's always the first thing that we throw out the window as human beings. So here, and if you're saying like, no, that's not me, then that's awesome. But for the majority of us listening, it's like, yeah, okay, I can see that. And it's the spiritual and the practical. It's having them harmonize together. And there's an acceptance of ourselves that we need both sides of who we are, of the spiritual and the practical, to be able to move forward. Hold your vision. Our path, we feel like we lost it along the way. It's not about dictatorship. It's not about, demanding. Our path is leading us. Here, the path leads on this crickety ladder into a portal in the sky. Who expects that? And who would trust that? Our path is leading us in a direction and in a way that we hadn't anticipated. We hadn't thought like that would be it. But hold to your vision. Hold to what it is that you want and what it is that you're looking for, because it brings us to the energy is gaining momentum. It is. It is gaining momentum. And now it's time to reflect on ourselves and not on all the negative stuff, because that's going to be easy. But reflect on ourselves and be like, wow, I have led such an interesting life. I've made such powerful choices. And I still stand for me. I still am proud of me. And I love me. And that's really important here, Sagittarius. It moves us to our subconscious message, which begins with enchanted. It's time to be enchanted by life again. It's time to embrace the beautiful, because even if we're doing beautiful things, it's like, do we feel enchanted? Not really. So do be aware of this during this time, that we need to feel enchanted. We need to let the enchantment come forward. It then leads us to our energy, our chakra energy, which is meditation reverse, which is our crown chakra. And that's exactly what Spirit was telling us with, balanced spirituality with practicality. We need to meditate. We need to embrace our souls. We need to, show up for ourselves. That's going to be just so important. Even meditation just by, washing the dishes or going for a walk. It doesn't have to be that we sit, crisscross applesauce and meditate, though that would be very helpful. It moves us to our energy to be mindful of. That's the Wheel of Fortune. It's be mindful. We're entering into a new season. And yet we still feel like, no, we can't. Like, it's like, no, I'm not done here. And so it's like, no, you are. You are. It's time to move forward. But we need to be mindful, because I just feel this sense of free falling. It's like, whoa, how can I do this? You're better prepared than you think you are. And you're more powerful than you give yourself credit for, Sagittarius. Our subconscious tarot message is the King of Pentacles. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. The full moon is in Virgo. The full moon brings us prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. It doesn't mean that it automatically flips a switch and it's like, okay, now you're a millionaire. Though that would be great. I'd love that. But here, it's like, okay, this is your prosperity. These are the seeds that you're planting. This is the way that you need to move forward. And this is what you're going after for you. And it gives such clear insight. That's why your dreams need a practical plan, because you're going to get such clear insight during this full moon that all the other nonsense that has been weighing us down and holding us back, it's going to be like, don't have time for you anymore. Our Luna message is the unexpected, and adjustments are required. Now, we are going to need to make adjustments. Are we going to want to? No, not really. But the unexpected is going to guide us to making these adjustments and to moving in a direction and in a way that we hadn't thought for ourselves. And that's going to move us forward towards so much more than we thought we could be. So just be aware of that. The unexpected is coming, and we need to make adjustments. We need to kind of like go with the flow a little bit more. We're not going to be able to bend things to our will. We are going to be able to see within ourselves what we need to let go of and what we need to nurture. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. Now, please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Sagittarius, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.